Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We start ICZ's Thursday program with the recitation of Quran. I would request Brother Muhammad Naqvi to start with the Quran recitation. Go ahead, Brother Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعاديات ضبحا فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرنا به نقعا فبسطنا به جمعا إن الإنسان لربه لكنود وإنه على ذلك لشهيد وإنه لحب الخير لشديد أفلا يعلم إذا بعثر ما في القبور وحصل ما في الصدور إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Jazakallah, Brother Muhammad. Now I would like to request Brother Ali Sabzwari to recite Dua Kumail. Brother Sabzwari, if you can start.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Can you see the Dua Kumail screen?
Yes, I can.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخضع لها كل شيء وذل لها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهتك العصام اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقام اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تقطع الرجاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك وأستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خاضع متذلل خاشع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم وأسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وعظم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم عظم سلطانك وعلى مكانك وخفي مكرك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرتك ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا ولا لقبائحي ساترا ولا لشيء من عملي القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيرك. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك. ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي وتجرأت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترته وكم من فادح من البلاء أقلته وكم من عثار وقيته وكم من مكروه دفعته وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرته. اللهم أعظم بلائي وأفرط بي سوء حالي وقصرت بي أعمالي وقعدت بي أغلالي وحبسني عن نفعي بعد آمالي وخدعتني الدنيا بغرورها ونفسي بخيانتها ومطالي يا سيدي فأسألك بعزتك أن لا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي ولا تفضحني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي وربي من لي غيرك أسأله كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي، أجريت علي حكما اتبعت فيه هوى نفسي، ولم أحترس فيه من تزيين عدوي، فغرني بما أهوى وأسعده على ذلك القضاء. فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعد حدودك، وخالفت بعض أوامرك، فلك الحجة علي في جميع ذلك، ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي فيه قضاؤك. والزمني حكمك وبلاؤك، وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي، معتذرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا مستغفرا منيبا مقرا مذعنا معترفا، لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني، ولا مفزعا أتوجه إليه في أمري، غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في سعة من رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ضري، وفكني من شدي وثاقي. يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي، يا من بدأ خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغذيتي. هبني لابتداء كرمك وسالف برك بي، يا إلهي وسيدي وربي. أتراك معذبي بنارك بعد توحيدك، وبعد ما انطوى عليه قلبي من معرفتك، ولهج به لساني من ذكرك، واعتقده ضميري من حبك، وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيتك. هيهات، أنت أكرم من أن تضيع من ربيته، أو تبعد من أدنيت، أو تشرد من آويت، أو تسلم إلى البلاء من كفيته ورحمته. وليت شعري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي، أتسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدا، وعلى ألسن نطقت بتوحيدك صادقا، وبشكرك مادحا، وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققا، وعلى ضمائر حوت من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعة، وعلى جوارح سعت إلى أوطان تعبدك طائعة، وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنا. ما هكذا الظن بك، ولا أخبرنا بفضلك عنك، يا كريم يا رب، يا كريم يا رب، يا كريم يا رب. وأنت تعلم ضعفي عن قليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها، وما يجري فيها من المكاره على أهلها، على أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه قليل مكثوه. يسير بقاؤه، قصير مدته. فكيف احتمال لبلاء الآخرة وجليل وقوع المكاره فيها، وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه، ولا يخفف عن أهله، لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبك وانتقامك وسخطك، وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض. يا سيدي فكيف بي وأنا عبدك الضعيف الذليل الحقير المسكين يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي، لأي الأمور إليك أشكو، ولما منها أضج وأبكي، لأليم العذاب وشدته أم لطول البلاء ومدتي؟ فلئن صيرتني للعقوبات مع أعدائك وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائك وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك، فهبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي، صبرت على عذابك، فكيف أصبر على فراقك؟ وهبني صبرت على حر نارك، فكيف أصبر عن النظر إلى كرامتك؟ أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجائي عفوك؟ فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا، لئن تركتني ناطقا لأضجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج الآملين، ولأصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين، ولأبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين، ولأنادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين، يا غاية آمال العارفين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين، ويا إله العالمين. أفتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته وذاق طعم عذابها بمعصيته، وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرته، وهو يضج إليك ضجيج مؤمل لرحمتك، ويناديك بلسان أهل توحيدك، ويتوسل إليك بربوبيتك. يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك؟ أم كيف تؤلمه النار وهو يأمل فضلك ورحمتك؟ أم كيف يحرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه؟ أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفا؟ أم كيف يتقلقل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقا؟ أم كيف تزجره زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب؟ أم كيف يرجو فضلك في عتقه منها فتتركه فيها؟ هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك، ولا المعروف من فضلك، ولا مشبه لما عاملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك. فباليقين أقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاحديك وقضيت به من إخلاد معانديك لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما لكنك تقدست أسماؤك أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين وأنت جل ثناؤك قلت مبتدئا وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون إلهي وسيدي فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وغلبت من عليه أجريتها أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمت وكل ذنب أذنبت وكل قبيح أسررت وكل جهل عملت كتمته أو أعلنت أخفيته أو أظهرت وكل سيئة أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم وبرحمتك أخفيت وبفضلك سترت وأن توفر حظي من كل خير تنزل أو إحسان تفضل أو بر تنشر أو رزق تبسط أو ذنب تغفر أو خطأ تستر يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك رقي يا من بيده ناصيتي يا عليما بضري ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب أسألك بحقك وقدسك وأعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي في الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورا وبخدمتك موصولا وأعمالي عندك مقبولا حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من عليه معولي يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب قو على خدمتك جوارحي واشدد على العزيمة جوانحي وهب لي الجد في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرح إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في المبادرين واشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وادنو منك دنو المخلصين وأخافك مخافة الموقنين واجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين. اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء فأرد ومن كادني فكد وجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة منك وأخصهم زلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك وجد لي بجودك واعطف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتك وأقلني عثرتي واغفر زلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك وأمرتهم بدعائك وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا ربي نصبت وجهي وإليك يا ربي مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغني مناي ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من رأس ماله الرجاء وسلاحه البكاء يا سابغ النعم يا دافع النقام يا نور المستوحشين في الظلام يا عالما لا يعلم صل على محمد وآل محمد وافعل بما أنت أهله وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Jazakallah, Brother Ali. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Before I invite Hujjatul Islam, Sayyid Hadi Yassin, a couple of announcements. We are continuously monitoring COVID situation and consulting health experts. Programs will remain online until it is safe to return in person for in-person programs. There will be no Jummah prayers until further notice. ICZ will also be running an on-site PCR test drive, just like last Sunday. So there will be a PCR drive this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now I would like to invite Sayyid Hadi Yassin to give a speech. Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I appreciate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I send the best of appreciation and hamd to him for giving us the opportunity and tawfiq to be together once again and at a time. And I ask him that he, inshallah, send his peace and blessings, the best of khair, inshallah, to all of you, to your family, and keep you all safe and, inshallah, away from any bala. It's always great to be back. It's always great to be with the community. Inshallah, this situation and scenario will all go away soon, and we'll be able to see each other in a, inshallah, normal way, a normal situation. ببركة الصلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. May Allah, inshallah, bless all of you guys. It's tough again to talk to you guys behind the scene and not seeing you in person. But I ask Allah, inshallah, keep all of you guys safe. That's the most important thing that we have to, inshallah, keep in mind from now on. There are a few goals that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants insan, human beings, to achieve, to keep in mind. If you ask imagine the most successful people, the richest people in the world, at the end of their lives, that is this exactly what you want? If you go back, do exactly the same thing. If they have a little bit of the ma'rifat basira, if they have a little bit of understanding, and the hearts are the hearts full of iman, they would say that no, there are other things that are important than the physical and financial aspects of lives. Three things I would like to mention tonight that we need to follow, we need to achieve in this dunya, which is related to akhirat as well, that we have to keep in mind. When you read the words of Ma'sumin, when you read the ziyarat, the dua, and anything, it's important to focus, it's important to grab and grasp the deeper levels of what they said, our 14 imams. The same way when you recite the Quran, you see that it has a zahir at the beginning, the appearance aspects of it, outward meaning of it, and internal aspects of that as well. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created and He gave us this tawfiq to have different ways to get closer to Him, either through ayat of Quran, or the words of Ma'sumin, or hadith, or dua, or ziyarat, different ways. You never get bored. It's just full of lessons in this text that I can't even say textbooks that we have in front of us. So in Quran, we have ziyarat, we have dua, we have everything in front of us. So when we read, when we inshallah recite, we need to ponder upon this ziyarat. One of the most important ziyarat that we have from Imam Hadi alayhi salatu wassalam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad, very authentic, very important. And I said that before. If you want to review the aqidah, the belief of Shia, you need to read this ziyarat once at least, and review it and the tafsir, and ponder upon what Imam Hadi alayhi salam is saying and how he's introducing Imam Ma'sum to us. And part of the ziyarat, towards the beginning of the ziyarat, I really recommend all of you and us that we read the translation of this ziyarat. I don't say read the translation and just pass line by line. No, read. If you have whatever half time, for example, today you have 15 minutes, you have half an hour, bismillah, spend that much, read from the beginning of the ziyarat, start thinking about what does it mean. And if you have access, you can introduce, inshallah, the tafsir of this description of that ziyarat as well, then that will be great as well. If you can do 1 line, 2 lines, 5 lines, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you're going to finish it. It's important to review it at least. When you finish, you see, okay, I know the aqidah and the beliefs of Shia that Imam, they want us to know about, who is Imam. 3 things Imam Hadi is introducing in this, ziyarat. Many things in this part of the ziyarat. One of them, he's talking about ma'rifat of Allah. What is ma'rifat? What is ilm? Knowledge. When you know something, you might know it, you might have knowledge about it. That's it. When you have ma'rifat towards someone or something, you know the details of that relationship, of that person, and the, whatever comes from that relationship. You have a deeper connection, deeper knowledge over that. If you just think about it yourself, the reason that 124,000 prophets came, the reason that they put all these efforts, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created everything for us. How much it costs to run this universe, right? How much is your electricity? How much is the cost of the sun, right? Moon and the space and everything. All these things are created for the sake of what? For the sake of awwaluddin ma'rifatu. Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wassalam, the first khutbah of Nahj al-Balagha, if you open, it says awwaluddin ma'rifatu. The beginning of deen that you need to start with is to have the ma'rifah towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't have exact translation of this ma'rifah in English to say exactly. Recognition, maybe put it this way, that you need to recognize who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and build that relationship. If I ask you about Amir al-Mu'minin, Imam Hussein salam, do you think they just had they just knew Allah? No. It's not that they just have the ilm that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creators. No. They have ma'rifah. They have way higher than just Allah is the creator and He created things, right? What Ahlul Bayt and what prophets they want us to walk towards that direction, the ma'rifat of Allah. I gave these examples a lot, right? The more you know in our worldly situation, the more you know one person, their position. Imagine if a mayor of the city, very lower scale of this example, the mayor of the city, a president of the country, if he comes and walks somewhere and people don't know that person, they would treat him like others. So someone come in, that's it. Someone tells us, oh, this is the mayor, this is the president. So as soon as they recognize the rank, the position, the power of that person, they start respecting that person more, right? Oh, this person is the CEO of a company, right? Some people, the way that they respect the CEO is different than just a simple employee. What happened here? Recognition towards what? The power, the maqam. Recognition of who is that person. In this case, not him, not her individually. No, it's just the rank and the position that they got as the CEO, for example, or the mayor. Towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is internal. It is within His zat and His essence. The power, the knowledge, everything is within Himself. Recognition of who He is what is our destination to walk towards. As soon as you recognize In that case of CEO, as soon as I recognize, oh, I need to follow what he says. It said, do this, do that, I have to do that. As soon as you have the ma'rifah towards Allah, the more ma'rifah you have, the more you follow Allah. The more you have ma'rifah towards Allah, recognize Allah's position and power, the more you follow His amr and nahi. Do it, someone will talk. Don't do it, I won't do it. The less ma'rifat, the less recognition of His position, the less obedience. You see this scale? More recognition of His ma'rifat and recognition of His power, more ta'at. Less ma'rifat, less ta'at. If you look at ourselves, us in our levels, the one of us, those who follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are those who have more. This is what we need to. Well, no, how can I have the ma'rifah? Where can I find the ma'rifah? Should I just read the Quran? Should I just Imam Hadi he's saying this. I said all this muqaddama and this introduction for this phrase of this ziyarat. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu ala mahal ma'rifatillah. When you go to ziyarat, inshallah, ma'asumin, Haram Imam Rullah, Karbala, or any of the Imams, you recite the Ziyar Jama'ah, you send the salam. You said, peace be upon you. Who are you guys? The mahal ma'rifatillah. Mahal, the position where you can find, where it is there, the ma'rifat of Allah. That means if I want to find the ma'rifat of Allah, you infallible, immaculate, people 14, you are that position that I can get, that place that I can get the what? The ma'rifat of Allah. Mahal is where you descend. Mahal is like, imagine, for example, the airport, right? The airplane come and descend, go there. The place, the area you can get the ma'rifat of Allah. From where can I get ma'rifat of Allah? And if you think about it logically, that makes sense. From where can I get the ma'rifat of Allah? Yeah, you show yourself, recite Quran and ponder upon it. Okay, I have my own limitation. I understand this much. What else? Is that the whole thing? No. Subhanallah. Assalamu ala mahal li ma'rifatillah. The ma'rifat of Allah, which is the most important reason for the creation of insan and human beings, as we mentioned, right? The most important reason Allah sent 124,000 prophets, all of them being tortured, being sent into a scenario, situation, the best of all people, shahada, for the sake of me and you, we have the ma'rifat of Allah. Awwaluddin ma'rifat. But we see here that Imam Hadi, he's infallible himself, is saying, Assalamu ala mahal ma'rifat. Meaning, brothers and sisters, if you want to learn, if you want to recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who He is, look at Ma'sumin, follow Ma'sumin. If you spend some time with some people, they will make you closer to dunya, they'll make you closer to some other things. Some other people, they make you closer to haram and other things, right? Sometimes you spend time with someone like yourself, come to masjid, come to centers, come to ziyarah. They help you get closer to that, whatever it's closer. Ma'sumin, Imams, Ahlul Bayt, they help us, they remind us, when you think about them, when you sit with them, when you be with them, they remind you of the ma'rifat. What is that ma'rifat? Is that reason of the creation. Imam al-Sajjad in the dua, Makarim al-Akhlaq, noble moral traits, he said that, Ya Allah, let me be busy during the day with something that you created me for that. With something that you ask me about those things tomorrow. That can be our daily life, but something that you like me to be busy with. So the first one was ma'rifat. I want to go, inshallah, briefly, quickly, so we can get more. The first one was ma'rifat of Allah, right? Where can I get ma'rifat? Ma'rifat is what? From Ahlul Bayt. The second things that we need to have in dunya, brothers and sisters, is the barakat and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without the blessings, you're just working a lot, running out of, gas for the bare minimum. I'm talking even about the physical, financial things. When the barakat and blessings comes, the color of everything will be different. I'm sure you experience yourself the barakat in time. Some days before you notice, it's over. This is what happened. This today was not a very blessed day. Yes, you're right, because you know something happened. Another day you do a lot of things during that day. Just, subhanAllah, that was a very, very interesting, blessed day. It can be in money. We mentioned this before. I don't want to repeat. It can be in life. It can be in children. It can be in marriage. Some marriages are empty from barakat. Yeah, they're living with each other, but there's no barakat in them. Because everything just physical, material. Some other relationships and marriages, you see that they're full of barakat. Maybe there's not that much of, but the relationship is full of barakat. The love, yes, this physical love, the love is so strong between the husband and wife. Children, some peoples are being tortured by their children. The children are the source of bala and ibtila. I see every day. Parents cry because of the children, what they do with them. So what is it? Is it a source of barakat? No, it's opposite sometimes. And we have other reasons as well, right? Finding barakat in life. And this barakat, by the way, is not just financial. It's not just physical. It's not whoever has more physical and, dunyavi aspects, he has more barakat. No. Pharaoh had a lot more than anybody else, right? Harun and Qarun had a lot. So the barakat sometimes is in different ways. One of the most important sources of barakat that you can find is the ma'rifat that you have towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The ma'rifat towards Ahlul Bayt, the ma'rifat towards Imam Hussein. Imagine they take Imam Hussein from us. We won't have na'uzu billah, no muharram, no safar, no. What else is left for us? Nothing. I don't want that life. I don't want that life that Hussein is not part of that life. Even that azadari for Imam Hussein. Well, the deeper level, Allah knows, Habib ibn Mazahir has to have that ma'rifat. But towards ourselves, the barakat of life. Where can I get that ma'rifat? I mean, even physical, financial aspects, money ways and everything. Continuation of the ziyarat. Assalamu ala mahal ma'rifatillah wa masakin barakatillah. You're the centers of Allah's blessings, Ahlul Bayt. Imam Hadin Ziyad Jama is saying, subhanAllah. You're the centers of the blessings of Allah. Where can you get the blessings from? Where? If you want to buy a perfume, you go to a perfume shop. When you go there, you even be there, you smell good. Mention that. If you go to dumpster area, you smell bad. If you go to getting closer to Ahlul Bayt, going towards that direction brings the blessings of Allah towards you. Masakin barakatullah. Maskan is where that the place that you go. Subhanallah. Wa masakin barakatullah. That barakat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you're looking for, comes from Allah. And again, as soon as we say barakat, for some people it comes to their mind the physical aspects. It can be anything else. The barakat can be akhlaq. Someone has a good temper. She's very sabur. She's very patient, mashallah. She has a lot of difficulties in life, but she's very sabur. He has a huge tawakkul and he relies on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot. I haven't seen some. What is it? There's a barakat from Allah. In life, even dunya, the aspects of their lives is going to help them. This family is a very blessed family. The children themselves are all very, how they spend their time, how they help each other, how they help other people in the community, how they spend volunteer hours in the blessing. Barakat. Where that comes from? Masakin barakatullah. When you go to ziyarat of Masumin, you see that barakah comes to you. Spending time over there, sitting in the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen in Ivan and Najaf, and you sit down, you breathe, you see the barakah of that. You go under the dome of the Haram of Sayyid al-Shuhada, you see that barakah over there. You're like, what else I want? That's it. That's exactly what I want from dunya, from this life, and from my akhirah. And the other one is the learning and receiving and following Allah in the wisdom and hikmah of Allah. Imam Hadi says, وَمَعَادٍ حِكْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Peace be upon you who are the essence of Allah's wisdom. If you just think a little bit about what happened to Amir al-Mu'mineen as a Zahra, Imam Hassan al-Hussein, although it comes to Imam al-Zaman alayhi salam right now, by Jalallah ta'ala Fajr Sharif, the hikmah of Allah, the wisdom of Allah, how He's putting all together. Imam Hassan alayhi salam, he becomes shaheed in Karbala close to 1400 years ago. Today, the essence of Islam. Today, if the true Islam of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad, you want to find it, you see it in Karbala. Both aspects, both directions, you can see it in Karbala. The wisdom and hikmah. Hikmah, do you want it? Open Nahj Balagha and read what Amir al-Mu'mineen is talking about. Go to books of ahadith and traditions, read about what Ahlul Bayt, they taught us about the wisdom of Allah. If these things happen to your life, these things happen. So, so what happened? Three important things. Assalamu ala mahal li ma'rifatullah. You're the what? You're the exponents. You're the place that we can receive and learn the ma'rifat. And the centers of Allah's blessings. You know, many of the parents come to me and they ask, what can we do to have our children have a blessing, in their life, blessings in their lives. How can we do the children be like this and that? Let them recognize who are Ahlul Bayt. But other things, well, the most important things here, recognize your ma'rifat towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَعَادٍ حِكْمَةِ اللَّهِ, they are the ma'adan, the place and the centers that you can get the hikmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And imagine this, and that by itself, brothers and sisters, is what? That by itself is the barakat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'll take you towards the end of the ziyarat. When you go towards the end of the ziyarat, you want to finish. It's very interesting that you recite and recite and recite who's Imam, who's Imam, who's Imam, salam to you, that you're like this, salam to you like this. When it comes to your hajat, your request, Imam is teaching us to say, you're saying that you're talking to Imam, Ya Wali Allah, or you are the guardian of Allah. Inna bayni wa bayna Allahi azza wa jalla dhunuban. Between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there are some sins. I committed some sins, that is between me and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La ya'ti alayha illa ridhakum. Nothing can take the sins away, subhanallah, illa ridhakum, except with your satisfaction. If I want to remove the sins from my life and my everything that I've done, these wrong things, I need your satisfaction. La ya'ti alayha illa ridhakum. Cannot be removed except by attaining your satisfaction. The satisfaction of Allah is in satisfaction of Ma'asum. We have many traditions. The satisfaction of Allah and the satisfaction of, for example, to this lower scales parents, mom, dad. The one who makes Fatima salamullah alayha happy makes Allah happy. The one who says Allah is happy. Now from this phrase, inshallah, we finish after this, inshallah, just a few phrases here. Imam says, فَبَحَقِّ مَنِ ائْتَمَنَكُمْ عَلَى سِرِّهِ. Therefore, Allah, no, he's talking to Imam, says, therefore, in the name of the one who has entrusted you with his secret. It's very interesting. فَبِحَقِّ. You know, we do the ziyarat, we do the dua. It says, Ya Allah, بحق Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. فَبِحَقِّ مَنِ ائْتَمَنَكُمْ عَلَى سِرِّهِ. For the sake of the one who entrusted you with his secret, means بحقه, بحق Allah. So you're talking to Ma'asum, you're saying, for the sake of Allah. When you go to Ziyarat Ma'asum, brothers and sisters, they ask Allah, should I ask Imam for my hajat? Should I ask Allah for the sake of Imam for my hajat? Both ways are fine. You can either say, Ya Allah, بحق Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, بحق Imam Hussein that I'm going to ziyarat, or Ya Allah, give me my hajat, or the other way. You can ask Imam to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wasila, right? Both ways are fine. And look here, Imam is doing the other way. He's teaching us, فَبَحَقَّ مَنْ ائْتَمَنَكُمْ عَلَى سِرِّهِ. Because in this dua, you say, in this ziyarah, you say salam and salam to Ma'asum, right? فَبَحَقَّ مَنْ ائْتَمَنَكُمْ عَلَى سِرِّهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala trusted and entrusted you in his secrets. What is the secrets of Allah, brothers and sisters? Inshallah, we have to few speeches just talk about some of the secrets that Imam is talking about here. Allah gave his secrets to Ma'asum, right? وَاسْتَرْعَاكُمْ أَمْرَ خَلْقِهِ. And for the sake of the one who assigned you to supervise the affairs of his creatures. You can see the weight of these phrases, I'm sure. I'm just going very quickly, but you can see how heavy are the meanings of these phrases of this ziyarat. The one who entrusted you with his secret, what are the secrets? And then the one who made you to supervise the affairs of his creatures. It's very clear, you know that, as you heard about this before. In night of Qadr, what did we say? In night of Qadr, who is the manager of Allah, who everything, the affairs on his hands, that he signs everything. Imam Zaman of the time, isn't it? You know that. The Imam Inna anzalna Surah Nazana fi laylat al-ghad wa ma adraka ma tanazzalu al-malaikatu war-ruh. If all the angels and the ruh, they descend and they come to this dunya, to this land, to this earth, they come to who? To Imam Ma'asum of the time. We mentioned this before. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he trusted the Ma'asumin for his sir and secrets. He made them in charge and supervise the affairs of his ibad. وَقَرَنَ طَاعَتَكُمْ بِطَاعَتِهِ. And attach the obedience of himself to obedience of Ma'asum. وَقَرَنَ طَاعَتَكُمْ بِطَاعَتِهِ. They're saying, oh Imam, for the sake of Allah, for the sake of the one who trusted to give you the secret, for the sake of the one who made you, supervise the affairs of creatures, for the sake of the one, وَقَرَنَ طَاعَتَكُمْ بِطَاعَتِهِ. Make your obedience his obedience. That makes sense. You leave, you put someone on behalf of yourself in the family, you put someone in your businesses, follow him. Whatever he says, I say it the same way. So if the employees, they disobey that successor, that means they disobeyed the owner. It's very clear. Now, for the sake of Allah who did this, I ask you to what? That you Ask Allah to remove my sins. وَكُنْتُمْ شُفَعَائِ, and I want you and I ask you to be my intercessors towards Allah. فَإِنِّي لَكُمْ مُطِيعٌ, I am obedient towards you. I follow you, O Ma'soom, O Ma'soomeen. مَنْ أَطَاعَكُمْ فَقَدْ أَطَاعَ اللَّهِ, those who follow you and obey you, indeed obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَنْ عَصَاكُمْ فَقَدْ عَصَى اللَّهِ, those who disobey you, disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and goes to the end of this. So what happened here? Let's summarize it. The most important reason Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the entire universe is for his ma'rifat, to recognize who he is. Where can I get that ma'rifat? As-salamu ala al-mahal ma'rifat Allah. Look at the lifestyle of Imam Hussein and Ahlul Bayt, what they did, what they said. Read their ziyarah, their dua, their speeches, their traditions and everything, and getting closer and closer and closer to the lifestyle that they want us to have. That's towards ma'rifat. There's a salawat ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammad. There's this hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, says, Bina araf Allah, Bina abad Allah. With us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been, recognized through us. Through us, he became, worshipped, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through us. So that's about ma'rifat. If we want the second things, the blessings in life, to have a blessed life in all aspects, in all directions. Because following Islam is not in just the religious aspect, no, it's other aspects, right? If we want to have the blessings, the true source of blessings that can help, that blessings help us in dunya and akhirah. Some blessings in this dunya, it just stays in this dunya. Yeah, your children can be blessings for you in this dunya, they help you. If they're not a good, children, spiritual people at the day of judgment, if it's my shortcoming, I can be, standing and having issue with that. The money and everything, yes, mashallah, I can buy something, I can buy a big house, a lot of cars and scenarios and business. But these blessings, even if we call them blessings, will stay here. They don't put anything in my grave except my kafan, right? The shroud that is with me, that's it. He was the owner, he was the CEO, she was so-and-so for the office, everything put here. And then when you go to Hajj, you go with what? 2 pieces of the towel, right? That's it, fabrics. When they put you in the grave, they put us in the grave, the same thing. Pieces of fabrics, that's nothing. Either Ayatollah or PhD or doctors, nothing. It comes with you, the blessings of who you were in this dunya, right? If I want that, follow Ma'soom. And the other thing that we need to follow, they are the source of hikmah of Allah by, inshallah, following them. Now that, alhamdulillah, we recognize, we learn more about this holy features and great leaders that we have in Islam, it's just, inshallah, our goal to step towards that lifestyle that they want for us, for our children, for ourselves. Make them your mirror. Ahlul Bayt, your mirror. Look at yourself, compare your life to this mirror, put it in front of you. If you go in front of the mirror, it shows you, oh, you need to fix your hair, or you need to fix your clothing, your color here, everything. You fix yourself. Now I can go out. Now I look good. You look at Ahlul Bayt, the lifestyle that they said, we want, Allah wants you to have this lifestyle. Then you look at yourself, oh my God, the head of my lifestyle is not looking good. I need to fix it to be like that. Here and there. Then inshallah walk towards that direction. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to recognize the maqam and the position of the Ma'asumeen, inshallah, which help us to recognize himself and his ma'arifat, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Muhammadin wa ajjal farajhum. Allahumma ajjal li waliyyika al-faraj. والعافية والناس ومد في عمره الشريف وزين الأرض بطول بقائه واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وشيعته يا رحمن يا رحيم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك بحق محمد وآل محمد يا الله. Let us work, let us put energy and effort in this dunya towards something that help us get closer to you. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, increase in our ma'rifat and recognition of us towards yourself. Ya Allah, remove anything that would put distance between us and you from our lives. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, any bala, any scenario, anything that would hurt our ma'rifat towards you, Ya Allah, remove it from our lives. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, help us to train children, families, that they will also have more ma'rifat and recognize you on your maqam. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, in order for that, to do that, to achieve that, let us have the ma'rifat towards our ma'sumin, our imams and our leaders. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, help us to be appreciative towards what Ahlul Bayt and our imams did for Islam and for us. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, help our youth, make them successful in dunya wal akhirah. For some brothers and sisters are under difficulties around the world. Muhammad wa Muhammad, Ya Allah, remove all the obstacles towards the freedom and good life. Ya Allah, Muhammad wa Muhammad, this virus, this corona, Ya Allah, Imam Sajjal, Ya Allah, remove it from the entire world, specifically mu'mineen and mu'minat. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, keep our communities, brothers and sisters, safe from any bala, including this virus and this bala that is around us. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Rahim, those who are active towards, helping people, the doctors, anyone else, the teachers, Ya Allah, keep them safe and send your peace and blessings to all of them. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Rahim, those who are sick, Muhammad wa Muhammad, may your brothers and sisters who might be affected by this or anything else, Ya Allah, we ask you cure all of them. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, send the peace and blessings from our du'as, yarat, and gathering to the souls of my mahkumin and mahkumat. رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة مع الصلاة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now I'd like to request Brother Asif to recite Ziyad Warsa.
We'll recite Ziyad Waratha this Thursday night, inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفوة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح نبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والبتر الموتور. أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين. فلعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الردي الزكي الهادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والعروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسله أني بكم مؤمن وبيا بكم موقن بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي، وقلبي لقلبكم سل، وأمري لأمركم متبع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. زيارة علي بن الحسين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك يا ابن نبي الله، السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا ابن الحسين الشهيد، السلام عليك أيها الشهيد، السلام عليك أيها المظلوم وابن المظلوم. لعن الله أمة قتلتك، ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك، ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. زيارة سائر الشهداء عليهم السلام. السلام عليكم يا أولياء الله وأحباءه، السلام عليكم يا أصفياء الله وأوداءه، السلام عليكم يا أنصار دين الله، السلام عليكم يا أنصار رسول الله، السلام عليكم يا أنصار أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليكم يا أنصار فاطمة سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي محمد الحسن بن علي الولي الناصح، السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي عبد الله بأبي أنتم وأمي طيبة وطابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم وفزتم فوزا عظيما، فيا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز معكم. زيارة حضرة أبا الفضل العباس عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك أيها العبد الصالح المطيع لله ولرسوله، أشهد أنك قد جاهدت ونصحت وصبرت حتى أتاك اليقين. لعن الله الظالمين لكم من الأولين والآخرين وألحقهم بدرك الجحيم. السلام عليكم يا تسعة المعصومين من ذرية الحسين، السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن، السلام عليك يا إمام إنسي والجان. سيدي عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. This concludes our program for today. Please note that there will be no Jummah prayers tomorrow.